What's up, Maven Shorts? Bro. I told you that this was going to go for the highs. And I just needed to jump on stream so we can say, hey, it's time to exit. We hit the level we wanted. Real-time hours. Let's see. Real-time hours. It's real time right there. I'm going to exit, okay? Boom. Told you I'd make, like, I said 300. Nah. 220. 300 Canadian, all right. Now, what's going down with the NASDAQ? We told you it was going to go up as well. Let's close this one. Boom. Dow closed. Sweet. And the NASDAQ we said was going to go up as well, but it did not, unfortunately, I suppose. What did it do? Oh yeah, we also said it was going to... Can I crop this a bit? Crop that a bit. Let's crop that a bit so we get a little bit better. There we go. A little bit smaller camera. Cool, guys. Yeah, you can see, you know, we've got this failure on that 4-hour top there, right? Let me just show you. So this is coming down now, right? NASDAQ should be bearish. Might be wise to exit a couple of these guys, sell off a couple, right? QQQ, sweet. I just add and remove to these things, right? Like, you don't need to be perfectly accurate when you're kind of swing trading and positional trading. So this is our goal for the hourly, right? I think bottom of this move that brought us up. Broke this, right? We should target the next level. Okay. I believe, unless I've got that wrong. Okay. It's okay already. Okay, cool. What we're going to do in this session is one, close out the day. And two, we're going to do a little bit of strategy back testing. We're going to do Tory trades strategy, so we have to learn it first of all. What's gold up to? Gold's kind of bouncing around. Sweet, gold looks good again. No, I don't know. Yeah, gold's looking pretty good for another buy, but we'll throw a couple limit orders down here. Good guild till cancel, sweet. Couple limit orders. Okay. So we add to that, right? I don't mind. I don't want that to stop there anymore. We'll play by ear. Cool. And what else we got here on? What else is it running? Oh, wow, bro. Look at that. 72. We had so far since like Christmas or so, I think we had like 5,500. Something like that, right? Maybe somewhere around there, right? And now we're at 72. 72 over 5,500. Right. Oops. 30% gain. Nice. Sweet. We made it. We made it to the 7K mark. So what you do, bros, okay? Apparently Tory doesn't even trade. Yeah, so I made an Instagram post when we were doing the tier list. I made an Instagram post, and that video went viral of me ranking Tory trades really low, and a lot of people said she makes money and she swing trades, right? She doesn't day trade, and trend lines work on the longer term scale. Okay. So let's close this. We can get kind of intros and whatnot, right? So if make this one bigger. Cool. So we're gonna restart that a bit, so we'll get some clips and whatnot. Nice reposting. Okay, cool. So we need to test Tory trade strategy because some people said that, maybe trend lines do work on the longer time frames, because supposedly Tory trades is more of a swing trader. Okay. Now the issue with trend lines is not necessarily whether or not they work or not. But we're going to test that anyways, right? The issue I have with trend lines is they have to look like they work, right? But the reality is trend trading works. We know trend trading works because if you buy and hold at any point on the NASDAQ here, you'd make money, right? You just buy the dips, right? So in theory, right, it's going to work no matter what, as long as you wait for profit, right? And if you draw a random line here, it's not going to matter how it lines up because you literally just buy anything and then you're going to make money. Okay. So, but that's not what we're testing. We're going to test, does her trading strategy work, right? Does it actually generate profit? And then on top of that, does it generate more profit than just buying and holding the NASDAQ? Those are the two things we need to test. But the reality is, to go further into my issue with the trend lines is because at all of these points, actually, I'm going to draw it this way. At all of these points, circle, 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 right? Circle, right? You're going to say that the trend line held up, and even down here too, right? But the reality is it's just random where it goes. So these just points that happen to have lined up, right? And they're so inaccurate, right? That, this is so far from that, right? This is so far from that, right? So you have to have these crazy wide stop losses in order to make profit, because and then you need to also, you're not going to get a trade here if you're actually buying on the trend line, okay? Because that won't get filled, okay? And then from here, you can go into massive drawdown, because at what point do you decide that this trend line has gone into stop loss? Probably looks something like this, right? And then you would have gotten stopped out for a massive loss, and then it still goes up anyways, right? So that's the issue, is you're going to get stopped out for these massive losses, and majority of the time it will work. But these massive losses will take out all of your gains from these little profits, right? And then you're going to be left not making money when it actually goes up, right? So we can look at another scenario earlier in the in the year here, right? A prime example, right? This is my issue with trend lines, is we draw a trend line right here, right? We draw this trend line, boom, it's got a beautiful trend line, bounces off of it and then breaks down, okay? So you successfully make a few nice trades here. So let's say, hey, boom, you made a 1R trade, boom, you made another 1R trade. Here you would have missed it all. And then here, it didn't go all the way to your take profit, and then it blows through, and now you just lost 3R. And then on top of that, you lose out on all of this move here, which is the majority of the profit. So what would have been better is for me to just buy here, invest, and then just let it run. Hopefully this makes a lot of sense of what's going on, okay? Isn't the stop going to fill by retracing a higher time zones? Not sure what that means, bro. Okay. So let's look up Tory trade strategy. Okay. This is funny. Okay, what is the fact that people are still hyping up trend lines is honestly insane. I've been trading for 15 years. To beat me, I'm at 13. And hearing someone push a pure trend line approach feels like a bad joke. Nostalgic because it takes me back to when I was clueless and thought drawing lines on a chart were the key to success. Exactly. It is not a magical line that is supported, right? That it cannot break through is not a way for you to make money, okay? Anyways, so these guys don't even tell you what the strategy is. So let's look at okay, trendline bounce. Nice. So let's learn her strategy first of all. Okay, this is gonna. Okay, there's so much here, dude. Let me also make this so I can see it a bit better. Action line and safety line. What? Okay, so she's got. Okay, we're skimming through it first of all. We can see. Okay, so she's got nested trend lines, basically an action line and a safety line. Trend line 1, trend line 2. Who cares? There's an up and a down. Okay, there's both trend lines in both directions. Okay, so you can make them both kind of work as they flow together. Okay, so let's look at what is the actual entry criteria and what are your targets. Okay. Strategy overview, okay? Should we just ask ChatGPT to so it's a swing trading, stocks, futures, forex, okay? So we can use it on the NASDAQ, all right? And we need to see if it beats the NASDAQ. Let's just fucking ChatGPT this to summarize it for us, okay? Summarize this trading method. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's read this. Okay, so trendline bounce. Enter when price tests and respects an established trend line. Okay. Trend lines must have 2 to 3 clear touch points. That is retarded, first of all. 2 makes no sense. That means anything, basically. Guess what? This is 2. This is 2. This is 2. This is 2, right? Like, look at this. 2 makes no sense. So we're going to do 3, okay? Because, look, this is how many trend lines you could draw off of a singular point. I'm choosing this point right here. Oops. So 2 makes absolute no sense. But we're gonna give her the benefit of the doubt and say that she means 3. Like, I'm just drawing these, like, however, you know, boom. Like there's infinite. It's every point goes to another point. So there's infinite number of trend lines possible with 2. So 3 has to be the minimum, okay? First of all, so there's already a problem with the strategy that makes it very obviously like she just made this up in 15 minutes, okay? No indicators, okay? Trend lines are not price action, okay? Dummy. Price trends, okay? Trigger entry. Defines a risk. Okay, so defines the risk. Okay, so the safety line is where her stop loss goes, I suppose, then, hey? So safety line. Got it. So, okay, that's what the second one is if we were short, no. Yeah, if we were, that's backwards. Again, this doesn't make any sense. Action line is where you would enter. Safety line is where your stop loss is. Oh, it's a trailing stop loss. Got it. But where do you put your stop loss at the start? Right? No. Okay, let's look at this. So action line, enter, put a line, enter here. Safety line makes no sense. How is that a stop loss? It's in the right direction. There's so many issues with this already, and we haven't even started, dude. Better view for chart could hide the watch list. Yeah, maybe I might do that. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, for when we're looking at the chart, I'll do that. Okay, so entry is a test of the trend line. So just enter blindly. Got it. Okay. At least 1 week of price data from the first touch on the 4-hour chart. Okay. Exit if the price closes through it. Okay, the safety line is in profit, so that's wrong. I don't trail.
She says that she gets out of the trade when the other trend line breaks. That's her SL.
But it doesn't make sense, dude. I heard what you said. But like, if you look at this, this is where you enter, right? The action line. So like, because this makes no sense. Here's the thing. Let's say you entered here on the action line, right? And then your safety line is coming this way. It would make no sense because there is no safety. It could just dump. What if it just dumped? There's no line below it. Unless are you shorting? Okay. Oh, wait. A short trade. Okay. This is a short trade. And then got it. Maybe this makes sense. Okay, I think I get what she's doing. I think this makes more sense now. Is she's waiting for a trend line to break for the trend to change. She's not following the trend. So now I'm even doubting the strategy even more because she shorts this on the action line. So she draws the trend, waits for the opposite trade to come true, goes against the trend, and then here you go. Okay, then she shorts it. I get it. And that's she trails it with okay, and then until it closes. Okay, we've learned her strategy.
Plus, what will she do during a consolidating market? Cause it will break both trend line now.
So okay, if it's in the trend, the safety line is the same trend line as the action line. Got it. Okay, and if it's a trend line break, so we're going to only do the one within the trend right now because I think that makes more sense. It makes no sense to do the reverse, at least right now. We can maybe do another video for that later. Risk management does not exist when you're Tory trades. So, but we'll do that. And then so what is so she just lets him run. Okay. Okay. So we got the idea of the trade. She draws the trend line. She waits for the bounce. She trails it. It's a trailing running trade. Okay. And if it closes below her trailing stop, which is a trend lines as well, we're going to just go only in the trend. We're not doing that counter trend stuff where she looks for the trend line breaks. We can do that later. Then she gets out. So my expectation is this will make money. Why? Because she's trend trading, right? And it's pretty hard to lose money when you're buying an appreciating asset, right? But I don't think it's going to make more money than just buying in the stock market overall, because it doesn't make any sense, because you're going to lose out on so much, okay? But give her the benefit of the doubt. Actually, what we're going to do is she's got her trend line break strategy. So we're only going to buy, okay? We're going to actually make it even easier for her to win. So if it's going down, right? So let's say this is our two trend lines, okay? Oops. We've got our bullish one, right? Something here, right? It doesn't have to line up right now. We'll make it line up though. Okay, we've got our bullish one. We're not going to take shorts at all. We're not going to do this retest thing that she does. We're going to do the retest when it goes back into the bullish side though, okay? Because that way we might be able to save our asses from all this movement that gets lost, okay? And then our safety line is something. So if this one broke, we take the action here, we buy it, then we need to have a safety line of, oh God, action line, and then we draw a safety line like this, and then we get back into it from that first like this, I guess, right? That's how we would do it, okay? So we get into it like that, okay? And then we would get out up here. Nice. I am fully expecting that I could be proven wrong here, because this might not be as bad as I thought, okay? It sucks compared to I need a shampoo. Fuck that, bro. I don't use shampoo. It's been 6 years I haven't washed my hair. Well, I use water, but I haven't washed my hair in 6 years, bro. With soap or nothing. I think it's gonna make money, honestly, now that I look at it. But not for the trading side, because she's investing. She's an investor, not a trader. Okay. So let's do it. Let's go to the 4 hour, because I'm told she is a swing trader. Okay, let's do a 4 hour, and let's just back test. I'm gonna do a few data points, right? No, let's just go. Oops. Let's just go. Oops. Okay. Way back, and we'll choose here. Okay. Sweet. All the way to the end. Okay. All the way to the end of where I can go. Let's check it out. Alrighty, so this already just feels so retarded to me, because I could draw a line right off the bat. Like, boom, here you go, there's a line. Okay. Let's do it. Okay, and let's just start from fucking right there. Forward. Okay. right? There's the trend line. Okay, boom. We entered our first trade. Okay, let's do it. Break above, and we're going to let it run. I want to see how much we make. Okay. Forward. Oh, excellent. So we lost the very first trade because it broke our trend line immediately. Okay. So 1R. Negative 1R. Sweet. Okay, cool. Next. Let's just draw, I don't know. Let's just push a couple. Okay, here we go. We got a couple touches in the same sort of zone, I suppose. Okay, same sort of. Okay, so they've changed that line. Maybe boom. There you go. You've got a new line now. Okay, and let's go. So we need to just maybe pull up a sheet and new sheet. Okay, so Tori's crazy trends, right? Tori's crazy trends. Nice. Let's make this nice and beautiful. Boom. Oops. Boom. And let's make her purple because I think she likes purple. Sweet. Tori's crazy trends. Let's go trade number 1, 2, and let's get a few, okay? And let's go negative 1R, okay? Sweet. So that's how we track it, okay? Next. Nice. We broke the trend, okay? So now we wait for a retest, okay? So the retest of the zone, okay? Oh no. Unfortunately, we missed out, okay? So trade number 2. Missed. Okay. Okay, now we've got this new trend here, okay? And let's draw once again, okay? Boom. We've got this new trend. Let's see if we can bounce off of it, okay? Play. Oops. Nice. Okay, we got a bounce. So, I don't know if maybe we don't take this one, or maybe it's really ambiguous, right? Like we take this trade because why? Maybe like technically it hit it, but like it closed below, like within the same candle. So maybe you don't take it unless it bounces, right? So we'll give her the benefit of the doubt here and just say, hey, we didn't take that one, okay? We're actually going to make her strategy better, but maybe we did take it. So we're not going to take any ones that just close immediately. Right? Maybe we charge as, maybe what we do is we charge as negative 0.01, just, or negative 0.1, right? So that we get commission charged basically. So we enter and exit immediately, sort of thing. We'll just charge minimum so we can track it like that, okay? Because you know that way it's a little bit more fair, I think. So okay, that's the next one. We've got another trend, I suppose. This one's got 3 bounces once again. We need 3 touch points for it to not be a ridiculous thing. Here we go. The next trend we entered right here, let's say we entered there. Let's go fuck it, rip it. All right, wait a second, we actually did not make any money that trade. You know why? Because it closed below it. So once again we got commissioned out, okay? So again, negative 0.1. Got it. Good strategy so far. Good strategy so far. Right. Next trend. There's more points here. Let's just try over and over and over again, it seems like. The same thing, because that's what we do when we don't know what we're doing. Boom, another trade, okay? We got a bounce off of it. Let's say we entered somewhere here, okay? Boom. Got a little bounce and we got somewhere in there, okay? Great. And great. It looks like we made a little bit of profit, okay? Looks like we made a little bit of profit on this one. Let's see. Nice, okay, so there's the close below. So we will get out here at a 0.7 R trade. Nice, we made a little bit of profit. 0.73 R. You guys like this so far or what? This might take a moment. So far, let's just look at the totals, right? Yeah, so far she sucks. Right? Okay. Next, let's just find another setup maybe. All right, we're going to do our reverse thing now, okay? Because she's got this downward trend, right? Downward trend, nice. We're going to look for the break of that boy. Let's go. Nice break, and the retest will enter for our like 6th trade or something, and we'll put our stop loss right here, so, right? And let's see, does it make it? Yes! We're ripping now, baby. So let's put another trend line to follow the stop. Something like that, I think, because that's the level, and then that's the point it hit, right? And let's go. Let it rip, baby. And there you go. And we get out at 1.12. Okay. So I can see, you know, if this went, right? If this went, you would have, like, if it just ripped up, you would have had pretty good profit, and it would have made profit, right? But the reality so far is you're not making any money, right? But I guess also we started like here. So our first trade was where? Our first trade was down here. Our first trade was down here. So the NASDAQ so far has made 7.7% off of where we took our first trade. Right? And like, let's say, let's be kind, right? And let's say that, hey, maybe if we were an investor, we bought here and we only made 4%, okay? So let's actually put a start point, actually. This is maybe where we started, okay? We'll just say there, okay? That is where we started. Boom, start zone, okay? If you were an investor, you would have made 4% so far. Tory Trades would have made, if she's risking what, 1% per trade? She would have made, boom, this is about, that's 2, right? This is 2 total profit, and then total loss is 1.2. So she'd be at about 0.8%. So far she is 1/4 as skilled as doing nothing. Making money though. Bro, you can get an auto trend line indicator. Yeah, but that's I think that would be silly. I think this is how most people would do it, right? So we're gonna do a few more of these because, you know, like the reality is we're not gonna get a massive data set. I'm not gonna sit here for hours just to prove that Tory Trades has no idea what she's talking about. And this is exactly my expectation, is that it's going to make money. It's just going to be so incredibly less than what doing nothing does, right? And so far, that seems to be exactly what's happening after 6 trades, okay? So let's continue. I'll do a few more and Let's test it, right? Okay, cool. So that was a trend right there, and we missed it, I believe, right? But we can put a, right? We can put a, if it comes back down, right? Like that would have been another miss, right? So 7 is miss, right? We've got another trend line right here. Okay, like this is her strategy. Like it might not be super exact, but you know, this is her strategy. Another trend line there, right? Boom, we got a bounce. Okay, let's take a trade. And I'm gonna maybe be nice here. Okay, maybe be nice and say, hey, I'm not going to be a dickhead, and I'm going to say, hey, maybe this counts as maybe this counts as riding the trend. So I'm gonna just adjust it a little bit. Okay, maybe it means riding the trend. Okay, boom. So we're gonna close that one out at a, where's the stop loss? Stop loss off the start would have been somewhere around here, and we close that one out at, say, 1R. We're gonna give her 1R on that. Okay, we're gonna give her 1R. 1. Okay, sweet. So she made another trade. Good. All right, so now we're in a downtrend, and so that was a downtrend. Here we go. We can do the 3 marks there, right? 3 points. Broke up. We took a long off of this. And you lost immediately. Okay, so negative 1R. Great. Easy come, easy go. And we'll do a couple more. Downtrend again. And I wouldn't call any of that a trend, so that was just kind of choppy. But here we go. We might have a trend being formed right now. Let's say that. Another trend. And boom. Okay, so let's see here. Actually, I don't know if I would count that. Give her the benefit of the doubt that that's just chop and we didn't take any trades. But we are forming this weird thing. Okay, we've got this trend now. Right, there's one there. And you've got a massive downtrend here now. So let's go like this. Let's see, look at that. Boom. Take a long here on that retest. Retest, boom. And will it go? All right, so we've got our safety line. And still touching, and then there you go. You get out, and boom, right around there at 0.7. We're going to give that 0.7. 0.7. Sweet. 10 trades so far. How many more should we do, dude? Why is she making YouTube videos? What, so that she can sell her course, dude. Her course is $1,000. Dude, think about it. First of all, okay, so so we just took 10 potential trades. 20% were misses, right? 80% long. We're only doing longs, right? Because we're not idiots, okay? We're not going to short the stock market, okay? 80% long. You've got a 1, 2, 3, 50% win rate, okay? And your average R is, I'm not going to do that math, but you made a total of, shit, what is this total? So negative 1.2. What is this? 0.7 plus 0.73 plus 1.12 plus, that's fine. Okay, minus 1.2. Okay, so you made 1.35 R. So she made 1.35%. Okay, and guess what the stock market did? Well, let's see. Let's see, because there was that massive crash. So guess what? 1%. Maybe she's smart. I mean, it's 10 data points. We would need to do more data. But the reality is, you know, it's a statistical anomaly, right? Or sorry, not a statistical anomaly. What's it called? It's like rounding errors, right? It's basically a rounding error. They're so similar, right? So the idea that this makes money so far based off of 10 data points is it's on par with doing nothing, right? It's the same as randomly pushing buttons, right? So far, okay? Roughly, right? We can do more data points, right? Maybe we'll do a couple more and then see how far this goes. I don't know, maybe we'll do 15. Let's do 15 maybe, right? And ICT is good to make money on YouTube. ICT can work. It can work. It's just very complicated and confusing, and I don't believe in it, but it can work, okay? I don't think that trend lines make any sense to make more money than the stock market does, okay? And that's the point of trading. There are commissions too. Yeah, I mean, we're not even counting the commissions, but the reality is, yeah, you probably would have saved a lot of time because this was 2 months of your time to make the same amount as doing nothing, right? You could just go and work a job, all right? Here's the thing is if you went and worked a job while just doing nothing on here, you would have made, you know, in my area, maybe an extra 10 grand over the course of a couple months, right? Rather than just being I'm assuming you have no job when you're a day trader, okay? So if you worked a job, you'd make 10 grand, you put that extra 10 grand in, and then you would have made, you know, an extra $100 or whatever it is, right? So that would have covered everything, right? That would have made even more. You're great. Sweet. Working a job and investing is much more profitable than what Tory Trades is doing right now from the data we see. Now, how does Tory Trades make her money? Well, Tory Trades. First of all, let's look at, let's say she makes 2 videos a month. Okay. It looks like that. 2 videos a month, and each one averages around, let's say 80K views. Okay. 2 videos a month. So she's making off of ad revenue. I'm going to show you just alone. So ad revenue, 160K views a month on YouTube, right? And I know how much YouTube pays. It's $20 per 1,000 views. I am a finance guy too. So for finance, it's $20 per 1,000 views. Okay. So divide that by 1,000 and then times that by 20. Okay. So first of all, she makes $3,000 per month from ads on her YouTube videos. Okay. That's alone. Okay. And then she charges $1,000. Okay. So let's go here. Tory actual income. Okay. So ads, $3,200. Okay. And then she charges $1,000 course. So I'll just start course, right? 60K views a month. Okay. And here's the thing. On average, because again, I used to do this, you're looking at maybe a 1% of your viewers. Maybe 1% of your viewers will buy your product, okay? 1 to 5%, depending on what the product is, okay? So we're gonna round it down even, okay? We're gonna say 0.5% of our viewers per month because it's a high ticket price, okay? We're gonna say 0.5% of our viewers per month, right? So 160K, right? 160K, right? Times 0.00 800 people per month, I believe. Is that right? Wait, so let me just double check. Wait 1 second. What is 0.5% of 160K? Let's just double check to make sure I didn't do the wrong numbers. Yeah, 800. So 800 people per month buy her course, right? Right? It's like it's fucking insane. So we could even say less. Let's say 100 people, which is that's like, maybe people are getting resale. Maybe they're like, this is the number of people that like want to buy it. Maybe they're getting cheaper versions. Who knows? I don't know. So maybe let's even make this like, fuck, I don't know, 0.1% of people, right? So maybe like, I don't know, maybe like 120 people a month. Let's just say like a super small amount of people buy this, right? Super small. Like, and I used to get this sort of crazy traction, and I was much smaller YouTuber than her, right? Times 1,000, okay? Right? And it's, you know, an insane amount. $120,000 a month, okay? Like, where does she get her money? It's so incredibly obvious. So we're just going to say 150K a month, right? 150K a month off that, okay? And then on top of that, you know, there might be affiliate sort of things. Affiliate, mentorships, right? Brand deals, right? And then also investment, right? So she is making money trading, but she's investing, right? So on top of that, she's making another maybe like 3% a month off of the stock market. Maybe 2% a month off the stock market, right? So here's the thing. You make 150K a month. You inject 100K of that per month into the stock market. You get let's say you get $1 million injected per year into the stock market, okay? And then you make 2% per month. So let's say 24%, right? It's just the actual NASDAQ makes 18%. So 18% of 1 million is 180K a year off of trading, right? So her claim is true that she's making 6 figures a year off of trading, right? It's all true because she sells the course. I don't know if this makes sense to you, right? She's not technically lying. She's making an insane amount of money from trading. But 90% of the money comes from the course, and it would not have been possible without the capital injection from the courses, right? And I suspect this number is actually way higher. If you look at TGR, he's making millions off of his courses per month. Millions, for sure. So I suspect Tory Trades is probably making 500K a month off her course. Yeah. Anyways. I think that's enough for a fucking just crazy banger video. Again, like, okay, so to rehash this, I don't want any beef really, right? I know I'm asking for it here, but I'm just showing you the math. I'm showing you that, hey, I used to do this too. I know how much you make as an influencer because I did it, right? I quit because it's crazy. Like, you're basically lying to people, but like not really. So there is a moral justification because, hey, you know, you technically are making money by investing from trading, but like you're deceiving people, right? You're deceiving people because you don't make more money, right? You don't get rich from the trading. You get rich from the course, and then the money that you already have allows you to stockpile more money from the trades, which don't actually generate alpha, but it's the thing you do as a hobby. You know what I mean? Like imagine you could go to the casino and make money by like pulling the slot machine, right? But you could also go to the casino and make money by not pulling the slot machine, right? And then you sell the system of pulling the slot machine to your viewers for $1,000, right? And you know that you just make money by standing in the casino. Does this make sense, right? And so you're tricking people that this magic slot machine is the thing that's making the money. But the reality is you make money no matter what. Okay? And this is what day trading gurus sell to you, is that you are going to make money no matter what. So it's not lying technically, but they're deceiving you in what is the thing that's making the money. It's the market making you money, not the action of trading that's making you money. It is very difficult to actually generate alpha, right? Unless you have a strategy that is incredibly hard to do, complicated, took you a long time. It's your strategy. Trend lines don't work. Boom. That's the video. Thanks for watching. Basically, they're LARPs. Yeah, bro. Live action role play. You're totally right, Joey, bro. They're role playing as day traders, right? They're actors, right? They're all actors. They're all pretending, right? And then the morality of it is, hey, I actually do this and I make money. So they're not technically lying. So they're morally just, and you know, like they're lying to themselves. You know what I mean? Like, I imagine a lot of these guys don't even know that they don't make money. It's the market making the money. Like their strategy, like a lot of these guys are probably so ignorant that they think that they're actually good, but they just would be better off doing nothing. It's ridiculous, dude. Absolutely bonkers ridiculous. Okay. So what did I tell you? Guess what? Boom. So when you're trading a strategy like what I do, is like, you know where it's going to go precisely all the time. I told you when this video started that today that this is going to come down, right? I told you it was going to come down to here. It's going to go further too, because this daily has just failed, right? And they snowball and cascade off of each other. This is the target. Like, I told you exactly what's going to happen every time, dude. That is a strategy that works, is when you know exactly where it's going to go with accuracy every single day, right? Here again, I told you to get out of Dow because this was the top. We closed the trade. We bought the bottom, sold the top. That's trading. You know exactly what's going to happen at all times. And if you don't, you shouldn't be trading. You should be investing. Better off to sell a course nowadays. Well, honestly, I was thinking about selling a course again, dude. I don't know if I could. I'm joking, but I don't know. Maybe when I retire, I'll sell a course that's like, why you don't need to day trade. You're better off doing nothing. You know what I mean? Mind you, day trading can make tons of money. I'm showing you right now, okay? Because I do this. You know what I mean? But I got to sell a course on how to not get tricked by gurus or something. Here's $100 course. It's 1/10 of the price of the guru's course. I'll take your money instead and call you an idiot, and then you can move on with your life faster. How long did it take you to make your strategy? I mean, I've been doing this for over a decade, 13 years, bro. From what I do, it's based off of Trader Sumo. Okay. Trader Sumo has helped me. Trader Sumo's been doing this for like 20 years. Okay. And he has a 95% win rate. Okay. That is a strategy that works. The only way you're ever going to be like great at day trading is when you have an insanely high win rate. Okay. Otherwise, first of all, there's no point in doing it because you're better off just buying and holding, swing trading long term, right? and a lot of your emotions get involved too. So let's say you have a strategy that works 90% of the time. Well, guess what? Like 30% of the time, you're going to be the problem and not the strategy, right? So you're going to fuck it up. So that's going to take away a lot of your profits, okay? So until you've been doing it a long time, it's going to be too difficult. So I'm kind of at that state where like I have a strategy that works like 90% of the time, but I make mistakes, right? I make a lot of mistakes, right? So my win rate is more like 65, I think, something like that, rather than 90, because a lot of the time I mess up until I've been doing this longer. But I think your question was how long did it take me to get this? A few years of after learning about it, okay? Anyways, boys, let's I think that's enough for that stream. That was like an hour. Gold coming down, nice. We want to buy up that. Okay, cool. Everything does exactly what we want at all times, bro. Master, fuck Master, bro. Like, what a terrible company. Let's just do nothing with our money except buy Bitcoin, and then one day get liquidated. Right. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up there, boys. That was fun. Yeah, maybe yeah, Maven Short, send that to let's make a card on Trello and we'll send that to Tory Trades Strategy. I made a card. We can put the link to this in there. Okay. See you tomorrow, boys. I love y'all. Ciao, ciao. Try Maven. Try Maven. Maven's the best. Maven's the best. Go to Maven.com. Use code Hunter.